What if your greatest rivals became the person you truly respected, not a friend, not an ally, but someone who once tried to capture you? In Chinese mythology's Journey to the West, there is a divine enforcer whose duty is to uphold heaven's law, and there is a rebel who broke every rule the heavens set. And yet, the enforcer secretly protected the rebel and his people when he didn't have to. Years later, when the rebel needed help, he didn't go to his friends. He went to the guy who once captured him. Why? This is the story of Erlang Shen and Sun Wukong, the divine enforcer and the Monkey King, who was born from a stone, and the bond that neither of them ever openly admitted. To understand their bond, we have to go back to the moment everything began, when Sun Wukong challenged the heavens, and Erlang Shen was sent to capture him. Sun Wukong was once given a minor position in heaven, the keeper of the heavenly horses, but when he realized it was a low-ranking job meant to humiliate him, he rebelled and returned to his kingdom in Flower-Fruit Mountain, declaring himself the great sage equal to heaven. The heavenly court tried to punish him, but failed, so instead they recognized the title and assigned him to guard the peach garden. But at a royal banquet in heaven, every major god was invited except him. Feeling insulted, Sun Wukong snapped. He burrowed into the peach garden, ate all the sacred peaches, drank the immortal wine, and stole the elixirs of the gods. Then he returned to his mountain as if nothing had happened. The heavenly court was furious. They sent armies to capture him, but failed again. So this time, they called in their strongest enforcer, Erlang Shen. The two clashed in an all-out battle that shook the heavens and the earth. For hours, neither side could gain the upper hand. Only when Erlang Shen was joined by his divine allies and his heavenly help did Sun Wukong finally get captured. The root of the conflict lies in Sun Wukong's nature, his desire for equality and freedom, and his rejection of heaven's rigid hierarchy. But at the same time, his actions are wild, even reckless. From this battle between Erlang Shen and Sun Wukong, it is clear that the two are evenly matched. Both are warriors of extraordinary power. But there is one detail in this battle worth noticing. By order of heaven, Erlang Shen was supposed to wipe out every last chance of the Monkey King's forces. Instead, he set the mountain on fire. The blaze destroyed much of the mountain, and countless monkeys were killed. But according to some interpretations, Erlang Shen deliberately left gaps, caves, ravines, hidden places, allowing some of the monkeys to survive. Sheltering in wells, on the bridges, in places the fire could not reach, they lived on quietly. In this way, the lineage of the mountain was preserved. And Sun Wukong never forgot that. But was this enough to earn his respect? Not really, because for Sun Wukong, Erlang Shen's true appeal was not just this moment. It was his character, and the way he carried himself as a god. And that is what truly made the rebellious Monkey King respect him. Though he serves as a heavenly guardian, Erlang Shen never blindly follows orders. He is the Jade Emperor's nephew, born to the ruler's sister and a mortal man. Yet he is proud and self-reliant. He never uses his loyal bloodline to chase power or special favors. He turns down regular summons to the heavenly court and stays away from official duties. Instead, he lives permanently at Guanzhangkou, respected and worshipped by local people. He only leaves his home when the Jade Emperor sends a military order, and never heads to heaven just to curry favor. Also take his battle against Sun Wukong as an example. The Jade Emperor promised Erlang Shen a big promotion and rich rewards if he caught a monkey. Heaven even offered to send extra troops. But Erlang Shen turned it down. He insisted on using only his own men and demanded that heavenly soldiers stay out of the fight. He would fight the battle his own way. After he captured Sun Wukong, the Jade Emperor only gave him treasures instead of a higher official position. Erlang Shen never asked for rank. He accepted the gifts, then headed straight back to Guanzhangkou and skipped the victory celebration in heaven. This is what makes Erlang Shen such a fascinating character. He answers the Jade Emperor's calls, yet refuses to be controlled entirely by heaven. He's part of the heavenly system, but also keeps his distance, always staying true to his principles and staying independent. His strong personality also shows in how he cares for his mother. Deeply filial, he even dared to stand against the entire heavenly court for her sake. Stories older than Journey to the West tell us his mother, the Jade Emperor's sister, a heavenly fairy, was trapped under a great mountain for falling in love with a mortal, a serious violation of heavenly rules. As a young boy, Erlang Shen trained alone, guided by immortals and given powerful magic tools. He mastered great powers. He finally split the mountain open with a giant axe and set his mother free. By doing this, he defied heaven's strict laws outright. His courage to stand up against authority for his family made him a legendary dutiful son in Chinese mythology. To his mother, Erlang Shen was filial, while to someone he truly respected, he was so true and devoted. Years later, during the journey to the west, Sun Wukong found himself unable to defeat the powerful nine-headed demon and turned to Erlang Shen for help. What makes this encounter remarkable is Sun Wukong's attitude. This is the same Monkey King who once rebelled against heaven and challenged the Buddha himself. Yet when meeting Erlang Shen, he openly admitted that he owed him a debt of gratitude. For someone as proud as Sun Wukong, that was an extraordinary admission. Erlang Shen, meanwhile, had no interest in picking up their old rivalry. He welcomed Wukong as an equal and immediately agreed to help. Even Erlang Shen's own followers addressed him as Brother Sun, a familiar and affectionate term that suggests they view him not as a former enemy, but as someone on the same level as their lord. That night, under the starry sky, Erlang Shen and Sun Wukong chatted and joked freely. They let go of past conflicts and heavenly rules, talking like close equals and good friends. The next day, they joined forces against the demon. Erlang Shen struck it with his divine bow. Together, they finally drove the monster away. You might think this brave, wise, and independent god is always stern, but in fact, he is always easygoing and carefree. He never needs to attend court ceremonies in heaven. In his free time, he loves heading out hunting with his followers and even enjoys shooting birds with a slingshot. He's also skilled at playing musical instruments, showing a refined side. Thanks to his playful nature, people regard him as the god of fun and entertainment. On his birthday, temples across China hold grand celebrations filled with stilled walking, dragon dances, acrobatics, and folk shows. The festivities are always full of joy and excitement. Now that we've looked at who Erlang Shen is, it's easy to see he and Sun Wukong share a lot in common. Both stay true to themselves, stay independent, and hate empty formalities. Still, they stand on opposite sides. As a heavenly guardian, Erlang Shen represents rules and order, while Sun Wukong lives to challenge them. That's exactly why their bond and clashes are so compelling. In In the end, Erlang Shen didn't help Wukong because of friendship. It was something deeper, recognition. He saw Wukong as someone like himself, same level of power, same kind of spirit, someone who refuses to bow, refuses to live by other people's rules. In all of heaven, there are plenty of strong fighters, but very few who think that way. That's why, even when they stood on opposite sides during the attack on Mount Huaguo, Erlang Shen didn't go all the way. He left a way out, not out of pity for a demon monkey, but respect for a worthy opponent. And when they met again later, he didn't treat Wukong like a prisoner or a past victory. He treated him like an equal, like someone who understood him. If Wukong needed help, he gave it. No hesitation, no score to settle, just two warriors acknowledging each other. That's the kind of bond Erlang Shen represents. Not friendship built on closeness, but recognition between equals. No debts, no obligations. Help when it matters. Walk away when it is done. Nothing owed. And honestly, that raises a simple question for us too. Don't we all want someone like that in our lives? Not just friends who are always around, but someone who understands you, someone who might not always be close, maybe even once stood on the other side, but when it really matters, they show up. No drama, no repayment, just respect. Do you have someone in your life who's like Erlang Shen? Anyway, that's the story of Erlang Shen and Sun Wukong. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.